Day. Finish. Hey, it's Dr. Day. Let's try this one more time. That 3 times it paused off. Said something with the connection. I'm way out here in the country, so maybe that's the reason why. But I just popped on here, y'all, today for a Sunday sermon. Okay, you said I've been to church and I got my sermon. Baby, let me tell you something. There's always a word from the Lord. There's always something that maybe your respective pastor didn't get to today, that maybe something that you need. Not saying that their message was not what you need, but sometimes we have specific situations and circumstances in our life that's going on, and we just need a word, something to give us a little bit of encouragement, something to fit our situation. So I just popped on here to say to somebody first, before I say what I want to say, let me answer questions. You see this right here? Okay, this is what you look through. And the pirates used to use this. And so they used to look afar to see danger, impending danger and everything. So I wanted to ask you the question, what do you see for your life? Are you still sore, angry, bitter, have unforgiveness, and you feel like your life is just at a stagnant, you're not going no place, it's complacent, and it's the same routine every day, the same rut? Well, let me give you a word of wisdom from someone who walked this journey 71 years now. There is always something that you can see afar. There's always something that you can look at your life and make changes to. Jeremiah 29:11, and we all quoted, said, God said, I know the plans I have for you. God give us specific plans, and sometimes our plans are not accomplished because it's not God's fault. He gives us the plans. He said, I have the plans, but we have not just looked to see what those plans are. We haven't tapped into, God, to see what the plans are. And so the plans fall by the wayside, and we get discouraged, and then we get, angry, and we get upset, and, our whole world is just upside down. But I just came on here to tell you that whatever the plans is that God has given you, He has not changed. God did not change. He is the same God yesterday, today, and forever. When He gave you those plans, maybe He gave you those plans 20 years ago, and it haven't come to fruition. Just keep working the plan. Just keep working it. Work it. Improve on it and work it, work on it. Because sooner or later, if you don't give up, because surely God is not going to give up on you, but if you don't give up those plans that God has, when you look on down the road, sooner or later, those plans are going to manifest right there in front of you. I have learned this. I have learned that there were some things that God had given me, and I fell short. God didn't fall short. It was me. I got out of position. I got out of line. I took some detours, and I had some distractions. But now that I know that I can still look straight ahead, I still can look and see that the plans is still right there. Yes, maybe I missed my timing, but the plan is still right there. So I am working the plan now. Now, even though I missed it in God's timing, God still has allowed part of the plan. I can see each day some things are falling in place. And I've also come to realize with wisdom that everything is in God's timing. See, His plans are in His timing. Sometimes we want to get ahead of God. Sometimes we think we know it all, and we just want to tweak and turn and twist and maneuver and leave out, delete, and we want to edit God's plan. But just keep the plans that God have. And how do you know the plans? You'll find out the plans, y'all, like I keep saying, in those 66 books of the Bibles, the plans is already written out, so that when you do pick up your glass and you look through it to see way yonder, you can see some of the things that God has laid out for you. What I say yesterday, the steps of a good man are ordered by God. So as God is ordering your steps and He got your plans in sequence, He's already written it in the book of life. It's time for you to open up your book of life and get to the chapter where you're supposed to be. Now, maybe you missed chapter 1. Okay, so you can't go to chapter 2 because you missed all the introduction and the prelude and everything in chapter 1 that you need for chapter 2. So take a Selah moment, sit down, regroup, read chapter 1, and then move forward. Don't try to skip, chapters. I know I used to do that sometime when I was reading a book. And I read, maybe the first 2 chapters, then I go to chapter 10. Say it was 10 chapters. I go to chapter 10. Well, there's some stuff in between 2 and 10 that is important and relevant and prevalent to what I need to get the whole understanding of the whole book. But because I was impatient and because I wanted to do my way, like Frank Sinatra say, it's my way, I missed out and I messed up God's plan. He didn't mess it up, I did. So as I look through this, and I forgot what it's called. Okay, I forgot what it's called now, y'all. But it's, you know what I'm talking about, this right here. And the pirates used to look through. When I look through my life and reflect back on things that I have done, I know that every trial, every tribulation, everything that I've gone through, even the detours, even the distractions, all those were learning curves. They was all to get me to this point, this season in my life, where now I can be most effective. Because back there in my younger days, I was, like the old folks say, sowing my wild oats. I was a bit more studying, like the old folks said. I was a bit more studying about God. I knew God exists. I knew He woke me up. I knew God was the center of my life. But I wasn't committed to Him because the world had lured me in and the world had pulled me in to show me things that I thought I was missing. So I divorced God, I stepped out on God, and I went into the world and found out that everything out there in the world, even though it might look good and might feel good, baby girl, it is not good. Because when it's all said and done, your soul is still empty. Your soul is dehydrated. And then you're wondering why you're back in the same situation that you were in. I kept going around the same mountain over and over. And maybe some ladies, you can identify with this. You keep going around the same mountains with that same man who maybe 20 years ago told you he was going to leave his wife or he was going to marry you, and it didn't even come into existence. And you're still hanging on to false hope, false realities. No, let it go. Let it go. Take up your, whatever this is called, look through it and see what God has for you. Because something on the other end is better than what you have right now. I had to learn that lesson. Oh, I'm not going to say it didn't hurt when God removes, people from your life. And then sometimes, like in my case, because I couldn't, and I didn't, it's not that I couldn't, I didn't want to eliminate or end the relationship that I was in. God said, okay, since you can't do it, I'm going to do it. And it was like this person was an individual, my drug, my fix. Whenever I was around him, I was happy and content. When I was not around him, I was sad and depressed. But God seen that I was making him my idol and putting him above above him. God seen I was putting this man above him. Then God removed him. God said, okay, I got to do this. And so when God did, I became upset. I became angry, all those emotions that you feel. Why, God, why you do this? But he was not in the plan that God had looked way down in eternity and seen my life, but I hadn't seen it. And God will not show you the full glimpse and the full magnitude of your life because you wouldn't be able to handle it, and then you would mess it up like we most do, like I did. So God will give you bits and pieces to see what you're working with and how you going to work with what you have. And so when you don't utilize what you have and work with what you have, God is not going to release no more pieces of that puzzle of your life. So I just stopped on here for this Sunday sermon to tell somebody, God knows the plans He has for your life. He sees it better than you see it. Even if you look through here, it'll be just a glimpse of what God sees pertaining to you. What he sees for you, you can't even fathom really what God sees for you. And then when you get to certain points, as you work out what God has in the plans, then you'll get this feeling of uh, jubilation. I guess that's what I want to say. You get this feeling and you feel excited that you have done something in the plans of God, not your plans. See, when you work in your plans, it make you feel good for a moment, just like the world will make you feel for a moment. And the things of the world is only temporal, and the things of the world is only imitation. But the things of God and the plans that he have for you will fill you up every day. It'll give you that peace. It'll give you that joy. It'll give you that understanding. It'll give you everything that you look for in the world that can be found in the plan of God. But you got to pick up that book, that 66 books of the Bible, which is our roadmap, our plans. It's even better than this right here that you look through, and maybe you can see right there, and you can't see no further than maybe like I'm looking at this house right there, and that's all I see. And it's nothing I can't see in that circle. I'm limited to right there what I see. But God's plan is vast. He eliminates just that little circle right there, and he expand it and make it a whole nucleus. And then you can look and see, and you'll know when the hand of God is in the plans for your life. You'll know that, because it'll feel different than when you had your hands in your plans, messing up what God already ordained before you was formed in your mother's womb. So I just came on here today, this Sunday afternoon, this bright Sunday afternoon, and the sun is beaming down on my head to let someone know that God has a plan for your life. It might don't seem like it right now. You might be going through some ups and downs, and we all gonna have ups and downs. But keep holding on. You know, the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain that they that may run upon it. Know the vision for your life. Know the plan for your life. Keep it in front of you. Keep it always in front of you. Keep looking at it. Keep believing it. Keep praying over it. Keep speaking over the plans. And I guarantee you, you gonna walk right into your plan. And when you get there, it's gonna even shock you. Don't worry about shocking nobody else, because it's not even about nobody else. The plans for your life is your life. Don't worry about what people say, what people going to do, how people going to think. When you walk into the plan that God has for you, the only person that you need to be satisfied and making happy is God, number one, and you, because you have became the captain of your ship while you let God maneuver the whole ship, and he guides you and it directed you. Well, now you're the captain of your ship, and you can do those things that you always desired to do when you're in the plan of God. So I just came on here, like I said, to encourage someone, let you know that you don't have to give up on your plans. You don't have to give up on God, because he will not give up on you. He said, for the plans I have for you, plans for you to prosper in all areas of your life, not just monetary, in all areas of your life. And ain't it about time you want to prosper in some areas in your life? Ain't it about time you get your joy and your peace back, that when you first gave your life to the Lord, you felt something that you never felt before, but because the world pulled you in and sucked you in, and you became enthralled with the world, that it took your peace and joy? Oh, you can get that peace and joy back. Just go back to those 66 books of the Bible. Repent, let God know, and surrender to him, and say, God, I'm ready now. I'm ready for you to show me the plans that you have for my life. For I know that your plans is better than anything that I can even think or comprehend. So y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday. Be safe tomorrow. And Dr. Dale, see you, and know I love you. See ya.